Here's a video on solving a hard system of three equations. So I'm solving this system for x, y, and z. Now, I really like to stay organized when I'm solving a system of three equations because there's a lot going on. So essentially, to the left of this line, I'm going to allow all three variables, and I'm going to try to eliminate one of the variables here. Now remember, with systems of two equations, you're just taking any two equations, multiplying one of them or both of them by something to get rid of something. So I look at these two and I say, is there something convenient I could multiply one by to cancel? What if I multiply the top one by -2? Okay, well, now that's going to cancel the y values. That's a good thing, right? So this column, I'm going to try and get rid of all the y values. I've got -3x minus 10z equals -46. Now, what I really need is I need two equations with just x and z. How am I going to get another equation with x and z? Well, I'm going to use a different pair. It doesn't matter which two I use as long as I don't use the same two. So let's use the top one and this one right here. How am I going to get rid of y's? Let's multiply the bottom one by -2 again. So 4x minus 2y plus 3z equals 10. Multiplying by -2, -2x plus 2y, -4z equals -10. Okay, so these cancel. I get 2x -z equals 0. Now I have two equations with just x and z. Now typically what I do here is I make another column. Here I'm just solving a system of two equations using elimination. What would I like to solve for? Maybe I should eliminate z next. So I'll take this equation unchanged. -3x -10z equals -46. I'll multiply this equation by -10. Okay, so multiplying this by -10 gets me -20x plus 10z equals 0. Z's cancel, right? So what I get is I get -23x equals -46. Dividing by 23, I get x equals 2. Okay, now because I'm organized, I say, well, okay, I've got one value. What do I do with that? I'm going to move it back to the column that just had x's and z's. I'm going to plug in x equals 2. So I get 4 minus z equals 0. So that says z equals 4. Life is good. Now I'm going to move back another column. We call that back substituting. I'm going to go to the simplest equation I can find. Why do anything else? Let's do this one right here. X is 2. Don't know what y is. Z is 4. So I have 2 plus 8. So that's 10 minus y equals 5. I'll subtract 10 from both sides. So -y equals -15. That means y equals 15. So those are the values, or you could write it as a triple, 2, 15, 4.